Hi, I'm Leah. I'm a master gardener in Sonoma County, and I'm here to tell you about a fantastic native plant, the Eriogonum Fasciculatum, which is a California buckwheat. But before we do that, let me tell you this is not the buckwheat that is used for soba noodles and buckwheat pancakes. That's a totally different plant. And it's also not the buckwheat that a lot of Midwestern farmers are battling in their fields. But even in California, there are more than 125 different buckwheat or Eriogonums genuses, and it's a particular one within that that I really want to recommend because it's so beautiful and it's so beneficial for your yard. So this is an Eriogonum fasciculatum, and it is very special. It's a keystone plant, which means that in its native ecosystems, if you were to remove this plant, the ecosystems would collapse. So many insects and therefore birds and some mammals depend on this plant that we really want to support it. We don't want the ecosystems to collapse. So that's why I'm encouraging you, if you have it in your yard, then you're supporting it throughout Sonoma County. I'm encouraging you to have it. So why is it so important to these species? It has really special nectar. A lot of moths, butterflies, bees, especially native bees, and flies that are pollinators are actually here today. You can kind of see them, they're very small, and they really go for the nectar. And then when the nectar's done, starting maybe September, October, the seeds are very valuable to get a lot of these species through the winter. So if you get this plant, you want to wait until this beautiful kind of white or pink-white flower turns kind of a coppery color, and then leave it on the plant so that it can overwinter, and then when you're ready, maybe in January, you can prune it off. So it's an important plant for them, but what are the benefits for you in your yard? It brings the pollinators, so it's a really good plant to have near your vegetable garden or any fruit trees. It also is extremely low water. In fact, it doesn't like summer water unless you can see that it's gasping there. You can pretty much leave it off the watering until, well, unless it's very small. In that case, you do need to support it for the first year or two. It also doesn't take a lot of pruning. It stabilizes slopes, and it's just a really beautiful plant. As you can see, this one is kind of a shrub that grows quite large. There are others, the other fasciculatums that stay more as a mat. This one has leaves that look a little bit like a rosemary plant, and then these great, wonderful puffs of flowers. We're just starting to see some of them turn that coppery color, and so this plant can really be enjoyed year-round. Enjoy it. Garden happy, garden safe.